Welcome to week 2. I wanted to go over the first essay assignment and the corresponding creating thesis and outline assignment with you, so there's no confusion about this week's homework assignment. Before we jump into that, just a few reminders. To keep track of what's going on every week, please go to the bottom of the course syllabus. There's a detailed outline of all the assignments with their corresponding due dates located there. Also, at the end of each lesson, there's a page that summarizes all the homework assignments and activities. And of course, to find your homework assignments, you will need to go to the Lessons tool in the Lima. Assignments are housed there. This is also where you will submit your assignments unless I instruct otherwise. The exceptions to this are final drafts for essays, which go to turnitin.com, and then the peer reviews, which you will do in a Google Shared Drive, which I'll talk about later. Also, just a quick reminder that it's easy for you to see if you have any messages from me or your classmates. If you do, they'll show up right here and you can just click on the link and go straight to your email messages. And then for forums, if there are any new messages posted there as well, you can see here I have 5 that I still need to read. You can click this link, or of course you can click the links over to the left of your screen. Let's go ahead and talk about the first essay assignment. So column I did revise this essay. I removed the additional 2 essay prompts, and I'm asking everyone to only please write a personal statement. For the UH Common application, everyone has to write a personal statement. This wording comes directly from the UH System Common Scholarship application for the personal statement. So for you, please read over each of these 7 areas, and any of them that apply to you, please address those in your personal statement. Guidelines for this essay are listed below. I don't expect you to know Modern Language Association or MLA format yet. We're going to learn about that. For this essay, if you do know MLA format, please go ahead and use it. If you don't, please follow these guidelines. Please use double spacing. Please use a readable font, such as Arial. Times New Roman is okay. People tend to use this most commonly. Please make the font size either 11 or 12, no smaller and no larger. And then that's for the UH Common Scholarship application. Please do not exceed or go over 900 words. Here is the rubric to show how I will grade this essay, so you should read that over before you begin the assignments related to this essay. So rather than just sitting down and writing this all at one go, as you recall from last week, writing occurs in a series of steps. So this is the triggering step, right? It's easy for you because I already gave you an assignment. We're going to move over and look at the next step in the writing process. And this involves creating your thesis and outline. You may need to do a little more brainstorming, free writing, whatnot to help generate ideas for this assignment. But this assignment is designed to help you get started for your personal statement. If you are already familiar with writing a thesis statement and creating outlines, this may be a bit of review for you. If you're not, I made this template for you to follow to hopefully make this entire process easier. That's the goal anyway. Once you open this assignment, you'll be prompted to make a copy, and that copy is yours. So please feel free to type on the copy, and then you can submit the copy as your homework assignment. Prefer to go in and create your own outline, not using this format, that's okay too, but you do need to cover all of the specific requirements listed in this template. To get started, you need a strong thesis statement. And for this assignment, you're writing about yourself and you're writing about why you personally deserve a scholarship. So think about all of the thousands of other students out there who also think, of course, they deserve a scholarship. How are you going to make yourself stand out? Your thesis statement should be strong, it should be clear, and it should show something about you that will stand out to your reader. More specifically, stand out to the people who are going to decide if you really should get a scholarship or not. So if you have trouble coming up with your thesis, a good place to start is to answer these two questions. So first, who or what is my subject? Number two, what point do I want to make about my subject? And that's where you need to be creative and come up with a broad or general statement about why you deserve a scholarship, but not necessarily using those words, I deserve a scholarship because, but come up with ideas initially. So I'm going to scroll down, and hopefully whenever I'm running a video, things slow down. To come up with your thesis statement, you want to combine questions 1 and 2, and hopefully that will help you create a solid one-sentence thesis statement. So you want it, again, to be a general statement that will help your audience, your readers, why you are unique in deserving a scholarship. After you come up with your thesis, and of course, your thesis is tentative at this point, which means it can change depending on where you go later when you write your first draft. But this assignment really is meant to get your ideas down on paper in an organized way so that when you go to the next step, which is to write your first draft, you have something really solid to work from. So you have your thesis. The next thing you want to do is turn your thesis into a question. And when you do that, the answers to that question should develop into your major supporting ideas, which will be the supporting paragraphs of your essay. You can use words like who, what, where, when, why, how, in what way, those kind of good words that lead to questions to help develop, excuse me, these answers to your thesis, which again you will use to develop the major supporting ideas or paragraphs for your essay. Once you have those, you want to get more specific and find or write a specific example for each supporting detail. So in this case, if you, for example, say for example you list current employment here, that's number 5 under the personal statement possible options to discuss. Here you would be more specific and you would mention what your current employment is. You could, for example, say that you are a CRN and it is your long-term goal to want to ultimately get a master's degree in nursing, something like that. So you go from a more general or broad idea about employment to specifically what that employment goal is. And then in the conclusion, beyond just summing up your major points made in your essay, it's nice to leave a really strong final statement or thought for your reader, because this is the last impression that you're leaving for your reader and you really want to end strong. So I hope that this template helps you as you organize your ideas for the first essay. Please, at any time, feel free to contact me if you need more help creating your thesis and outline. I'm happy to meet with you via Zoom. It's really easy for me to set up appointments. I'm flexible with days and times. I can meet in the evening. I can meet on the weekends. You just have to let me know if you need that extra help and want to meet with me. All right. I look forward to another fun-filled week of English 100. Mahalo!